Come.
There, is this better? All right, so Facebook Live, we wanted to, it's Halloween, right? Halloween.
Ooh.
Scary Halloween. And we wanted to talk a little bit of our horror stories since we started.
Horror Stories Fright Fest right now.
That's right.
Going down.
First off, why don't you show them your costume?
This is as Halloween as I get.
Woo! Where'd you get that shirt from?
It's actually, for those of you out there who are Rooster Teeth fans, it's actually Barbara Dunkelman's line at Rooster Teeth, and I really like the shirt. So today when I was getting dressed, I was like, I don't really care about Halloween. Halloween schmalloween.
You're already ready for Christmas.
Yeah, I'm already ready for Christmas.
She put up our Christmas tree already.
On the 1st of October. That's how little I care about Halloween.
Yeah, she went straight to it. So for those people out there that hate when people celebrate Christmas too early, use one of those like frown mad emojis so we know who you are. You can let Hillary know she started celebrating a little too early.
I don't care about everybody else.
Oh, you're just gonna do what you're gonna do.
Yeah, I like the lights. I like the Christmas cheer. I'm already drinking Holiday Blend
Yeah.
from Starbucks.
I saw you had eggnog out there.
Yeah, put a little booze in it.
Yeah, I guess it was eggnog with booze minus the eggnog.
Yeah, so basically.
All right, so let's
No,
talk a horror story. You got one?
No,
Oh,
off the top of my head.
I thought off the top of your head, horror story might be a flea story.
Oh yes, fleas. I hate fleas.
Which one? So we've encountered fleas quite a number of times. Which
Well,
one's the worst one?
our recent state house, when we got it, you know what's weird is when we walked through it a couple of times, never noticed a flea.
Yeah, me either.
But then when we were doing the walkthrough after the tenants moved out, the tenants moved out and we purchased the property, I mean, they were everywhere.
It was infested, really.
We had the foundation company that we used to do our foundation had to put a pause on finishing the foundation because of the fleas.
Yeah.
The fleas were so bad, they refused to work.
They did refuse
Until
to work.
we got the fleas taken care of, and we had to have like 3 times, somebody went out there 3 times to spray for fleas, and I refused. I told Marco, I said, I refuse to go back to this property. You do it all until the flea thing is under control.
She sacrificed me.
I did, well, because somebody had to go, and I wasn't going to go.
And it wasn't going to be you.
No, hell no. And I wasn't going to bring our daughter into a house like that, because she occasionally comes with us, and no, I wasn't having fleas bite all over her. So I saw one on her, and I was like, I'm done.
Why don't you tell them about the flea story with Bundy, our first house?
So we had this first house, and we sold it owner finance, and then this was actually our one owner finance story where we've had to basically foreclose on this couple. They were just super late on payments for over a year, and at the beginning of this year I said, January, you're late for your payment, I'm done. If you're late in February, you're gonna get foreclosed on. So the inevitable happened. We ended up foreclosing. They left it, I think, in like April, and when we went back to the property to inspect it, I don't know where these fleas came from, but they were just all over Marco. And Marco got into the car, didn't realize that he was covered in fleas, and I looked at him and I was like, oh my God, you better get out of this car right now.
We were driving just calmly, all normal, no problems at all, not a care in the world. Then all of a sudden she started freaking out.
Yeah, it was so bad. He got out of the car, I got out with him. There were fleas on me now, and I didn't even go into the house. So we were just trying to get them off of us, and it's really hard when you're wearing jeans to find them because they're so little and they move around a lot. So I was picking them off Marco. He took his shirt off, and then when we got to the house, where we park in the garage is right next to the laundry room. I made him strip down to practically nothing, and we put his clothes directly into the wash.
Yeah, I thought it was for different reasons.
And then for like a week after that, every time we got in the car, there was like another flea here or there. I mean, it was like, they're super hard to get rid of, and if you bring them into the house and you have animals, like that's just a nightmare waiting to happen.
Yep.
You're asking for more breeding and infestation in your own space.
So fleas are definitely horrific.
Those are.
What about one horror story that we have, which was a learning lesson, was we fixed the foundation on our, I forget the name of that house. But we fixed the foundation on it, and it didn't seem that bad, but when we moved it and everything was set, okay, great, foundation's fixed, the roof completely got all messed up. You could see shingles popping, it waved.
That was on our wood panel house.
Wood panel house, that's the name of it.
I remember everything.
Yeah, she does. So in our wood panel house, so if you go to our photos, you might even see that. We basically had to replace the roof too. So that was like, I don't know how we spent, like $4,500 or something
It
like that.
was just, I mean, that's
So
why
that
you
was a
always,
nice surprise.
that's why you always have a miscellaneous budget, just in case, you know, these shifts in foundation, when you're repairing it, you have room for a new roof or plumbing if needed, depending on how bad the
That
foundation
was a slab
shifts.
foundation, so I'm not certain if there's a higher chance that can happen with the roof if it's slab or not, but it happened for us. And you know, we had a miscellaneous, but we weren't anticipating a whole new roof because the roof was actually in good shape.
Yeah. I'd say another horror story that we have is just finding the right contractors. We had a scenario recently where
Our contractor's been our worst scenario.
we had a house recently done. I don't remember the name of it. Oh, the gingerbread house, where our contractor walked on the job. Well, actually, he never responded. So, and that was a weird scenario because he's been with us for a lot of other projects, so we weren't anticipating that.
Yeah,
he
not
literally
only-
just disappeared. He like ghosted us.
I knew that contractor for probably 8 years.
And his parents.
My family had
used
used him on a lot of work. I referred him to a lot of jobs. For our properties, at this point, he had probably remodeled 4 or 5 of our houses. So we had done a lot of business with him, and we were like, hey, look, we're doing more houses. We want to give you a lot more future work. And then just one day, boom, stop.
Well, the horror part of
Stop
that,
showing
I mean,
up,
that
stop
was
answering the phone.
horrific because we ended up having to go over budget to find a new person to get the job done. At this point, I was like, just get the job done.
Yeah.
So we ended up hiring another contractor, and one night, somebody who knew the code, I'm sure some subcontractor, came in and stole some stuff from us, like AC units out of the wall. And I mean,
That was
luckily,
kind of a weird scenario.
though, they didn't damage the house. It was like they just stole the AC, which sucked because it was brand new. It was like $400, $500, literally out of the box one night. They stole it, but they at least did not damage the rest of the
Yeah.
property. So
And there was
we're
some
pretty
other
lucky.
stuff they could have stole, but they didn't. They were laying
I feel
around.
like it was an inside job, so
Yeah,
it's like
maybe.
you gotta be careful. Change your combo lock, your
Yeah.
locks a
So
lot.
change your locks or your combo frequently.
Make sure everything
We do that
is
now.
closed up, sealed tight, locked at the end of the day too, so you don't have this issue. But it was a weird scenario where no one broke in to steal it. They knew the code to get in. They came through our own key. So that was kind of a horrific story.
Yeah, I guess the last component would be with contractors in general, not like a specific story, but overall, it's been difficult to find quality people that will be consistent and stay with you from job to job. So the way we've handled that now is basically we break the rehab into categories, and then we have specific people per category. So plumbing, we have a few plumbers that we reach out to. Texture, we have a few people that just do texture. Painting, we have people that just do painting. We have a few people in those categories. So we act as a general contractor. As much as we don't want to do that, we have to do that to make sure it happens
At least
correctly.
right now, anyway.
So we hire out per job. You really don't want somebody that does everything. Maybe you can bring that person in to kind of finish it up at the end stages. But that's where you kind of get caught up because everything's reliant on that person. Whereas if the texture guy doesn't show up, well, you can still get these other components of the rehab done, and you're not as vulnerable in that sense.
Yeah. But we're learning,
Always.
It's taken us a couple properties we've rehabbed to get to this point of doing things more
It's taken
smart.
us a few
being
horror
smart.
stories to slowly learn.
Yeah.
Any other ones, or is that the gist of it?
I mean, I think all rehabs right now are kind of horrific. I'm over rehabbing, but it's the nature of the beast, and we have to get it done for what we're trying to do as far as quality goes.
So, happy Halloween to you. These are our horror stories with a few lessons in there too. We appreciate you watching this. Like it, comment. We'll respond to your comments and share if you don't mind. And we will see you in November.
And everyone stay safe out there tonight on
stay safe
trick or
tonight.
treating with the kids. There are crazies,
There are crazies.
and this is the time that the crazies can get away with crazy. So
Yeah.
just be careful.
So, we'll see you in November. Thank you.
Bye, guys.